Hello everybody and welcome to episode 16 in my Carthaginian campaign let's play for Imperator Rome's 1.3 Livy update. Now in the last episode we were gearing up for a war against Vocontia, as well as their allies Sorbonia, Indicetia and Carthage. These are four perfect candidates to go to war with because we have this contested province of Carthage and we have all this lovely coastline that we want to take from the other three tribes as well. And it also lets us kind of flex our muscles and kind of get a bit of an experience with a land and sea invasion, because we're obviously going to be using our fleet to dock up at Massalia and take this navigable river, and we're going to cross the Alps. It's going to be pretty fun. We get to unleash the full wrath of our military might on these three tribes here and try to take them out in as much of a consolidated fashion as we can, you know? Take as little aggressive expansion because we have our claims set, take as little casualties as maybe possible. It's going to see how well we can play that war. It's going to be a nice good test of our capabilities. Now, there's a lot of things to address in the Republic, a lot of matters of the Republic. Before we get to that, I'll try to keep the intro relatively short, because I know I can go on for quite a while. But one thing we were doing was progressing down the mission chain of trade investments. So we were going to do the trade partners of old and lock out this other one, and then progress onwards. But what we needed to do that was get 100 opinion with Egypt. Now, Egypt... Death is knocking on Egypt's door, and Death's name is Phrygia. They're in a really big war together. Phrygia are winning it, plus 99 on the war score, so it looks like it's going to end anytime soon. And who knows, like Egypt only have these 5 settlements left. That's it. For all I know, they could be completely wiped out. And I don't really know what's going to happen with the mission then. It might just get, this one might get, you know, locked out and we have to do this one. And that one's a real big problem because we've been through it before. I won't bother wasting time on it. It's just not, it's not an option. We need to increase our diplomatic range. It's just not going to happen for a long time. Anyways, so I figured out a way on how we can get these guys to 100 opinion. We tried before, we improved relations, we made friends with the ruler, we changed our stance to appeasing. We've done everything we can to try and basically bring that up, except one thing. We haven't actually tried just allying them. Now to ally them, we're pretty much actually ready to go. The only reason we can't do it is we've too many relations ourselves. So we have relations with Messapia, Tarentum, Thuria, and then our current subject is Musulamia, which we're actually integrating, but they're going to take, I don't know, something like 10 years to integrate. They're quite big, so there's not much we can do to speed that up, and I don't want to let them go, obviously. So what I'm going to do is let Messapia go. So we're going to dissolve this alliance. Senate are backing it. They're happy enough with this decision. So we've dissolved them. So I mean, these allies in Italy have proved to be quite frugal. They haven't really done much for me. I mean, they sent some armies over and helped out. Thuria actually brought us... Whoops, knocked over my drink, sorry. Thuria actually brought us into a war with Greece, and I didn't realize it, but Corcyra are actually our tributary. So we thought that, you know, the war was pieced out and we didn't get anything, but we did fully occupy Corcyra, so they actually became our tribute in the war. And that looks like that's what happened at the end of it in terms of what we got out of it. Because of course we were not the war leader, so I wasn't able to just take the territory for myself. Would have much preferred to, because it actually play into the mission chain later down the line. But anyways, I digress. It looks like now after doing that, we can now offer an alliance to Egypt. The Senate are also behind it. That should improve our relations as soon as the day tick goes by to over 100, and we can then kind of further our mission. Now, when we do further our mission, what we're going to also have to do is take a city within Greece, somewhere, one of the ports. And this is to progress the mission chain, either Metropolis of the West or Ancient Nemesis. So I looked this up online. Essentially, Metropolis of the West means that we need 10 trade investments in Carthago. Now, I already have 3, but to get 10 means 80 investment 7 more times, which is just crazy. And it also takes 2 years, and building up that political influence, it'll probably take like 30 years or something to do that. Now, the effect will be really nice. What you do get is pretty good. Export value 10%, import value 10%, globally, not just in Carthage, by the way. And then also some extra stuff in Carthage to do with civilization, happiness, and so on. So it would be really nice, but instead we're going to go with this one, which is Ancient Nemesis, which is basically to try and occupy one of the ports here, and then we get an opinion gain with everybody in Greece, all the Greek nations that are in Greece. So, that's the one we're going to end up doing. So that's a bit of a long-winded thing, but basically what I've decided to do is actually go for Crete in this episode as well. So Crete are currently just allied with Azania. They're not occupied by anybody else. They're not guaranteed by like Egypt or Phrygia or anything like that. So they're a really perfect candidate to kind of fabricate a claim and go to war with them in future. So we're going to start building towards that right now. Oh, I didn't realize they actually own this little territory here. So they own a little bit of Achaia as well. So that's who we're going to go for. I was thinking like we could just abandon Corsair and attack them as well. I mean, we could do that, but we'll just keep them as a tribute. They're paying like 50 gold, 0.50 gold every month, so that's pretty good. Alright, so that's, well, that was quite loud, sorry. That's pretty much it, though, for the situation at the start of the game. So we have Corsair as a tribute, we've dealt with Egypt, we should be able to progress the mission chain, and now we're gearing up for a war against Vocontia. That's everything you need to know. The only other thing is that our next election is in 2 years, and Boots Badona is the guy that I want to go take power. So he's coming third in the runnings right now. He's got 15 kind of electoral votes behind him, despite the military camp not having any support, really. So I was thinking what we could do, I haven't actually looked into this, is changing this to someone from the military. Yeah, so Matan. So let's get, he only has one name, that's interesting, Matan. So we'll get Matan in there. Gives us a little bit more support gain for the military faction. And as he builds up, I'm sure we'll start to get a bit more. Now, I'll need to really keep an eye on this, but I'm hoping with our military campaigns, Boots is obviously leading an army right now, the 3rd Carthago. Where the hell is he? There he is, at Carthage, obviously. So he's leading the 3rd Carthago. He's going to head up there. He's a level 11 general. He's actually quite good. And we're going to bring him up to Vocontia, get him to gain as much popularity as he can, win some battles, and that should kind of bump him up the runnings for getting elected, and then we'll get that military faction bonus as well, where we get more morale and so on and so forth. So that should be pretty good. So that's the kind of plan. Alright, so let's get into it. So essentially what we have going on right now is this ship is moving over that way. What I wanted to do is actually cancel this and... yeah, so we're just going to drop the army. Okay, well, what we could do is bring this fleet all the way over here. We want to pick up almost every army and ship them up here, except for the governor ones. So if we look through my outliner, we have a governor army of Picenum 10k over here. We have one in Tuscia, Zaba, and Tingatania. This guy is blind, and he's 72, so he's going to be changing soon. So we'll leave him where he is. A few armies can be left around, but I want to pick this one up, for instance. This guy's young. He wants a battle. Milkapil's Blossii. We want the cavalry and a bunch of other armies all to get ready and go up, and we're going to dock them up here. We should also probably import food if we can. Looks like we can't right now. Oh, we don't have the money for it, actually. If we could import some food up here, that way the armies could be maybe sustained as we wait to invade. We don't have a city up here, so there's no granaries or anything else I can build, so we'll just have to leave it as is. Alright, that's the time play. So basically we're just waiting on this ship that's going to go pick up everybody. Now the ship is carrying some heavy ships as well, or not carrying heavy ships, it's using heavy ships. And they move a bit slower, so I'm going to probably shed that weight once we get to this port. And then we'll just have the kind of smaller ships move around. And they can move the armies just a little bit quicker. Because otherwise it's just going to take pretty long before we can get up there. So let's have a look at the opinion modifiers now from Egypt. So yeah, so now we can do this. Trade partners of old. So Egypt's opinion of Carthage is equal to 100 or more. Excellent. 3 Kemetic Macedonian freemen pops are going to appear in Carthago. In Carthage, the city itself. We've over time lost touch with our ancient trading partner Egypt. It is a rich and fertile land with many resources of interest to our merchants, not to mention they control the naval route to the Red Sea and beyond. We must repair our neglected relationships so that we can so that the trade between nations can prosper once more. Boom. And that allows us to now do trade from the east, and it says Thizaka will produce elephants. Let's have a look at where that is. Oh shit, we get elephants right here, which means then we could easily get the bonus because it's our capital province. So that's a pretty good one. So new access routes to the Indus secured. Okay, so we've just gotten the routes to the Indus secured. You know, even though Egypt are getting absolutely shredded and torn apart, I don't really think we are getting access to it, to be honest. But it says we are because, you know, pre-scripted trade missions are great. So new access routes to the Indus secured. It is time to send out merchants to establish trade relations. One resource we have heard of, which we are particularly interested in, is their elephants. We've heard that they are larger and more sturdy than ours. Bringing back some of these beasts and settling them in the hinterlands of Carthage should be our first priority. That is interesting. I wonder, see, the game only has one type of unit for everything, which is lame. But, you know, I won't go on about it. But there is just war elephants as one category. Now, they're saying, like, the Indian elephants are obviously different to the African elephants because we're going to be securing them from India through the Indus trade routes. I wonder, are we going to get some benefits to how our elephants perform? That would also be quite good. It would make sense because we're getting different elephants, technically, according to the mission, anyway. So let's do that. It's going to take 730 days to complete. So while that's been done, maybe some event chains or something will pop up as well. While that's been done, now we're going to just kind of focus on our wars. We don't have to really think about the missions for a while now. Okay, so we've dropped off. Let's pick everybody back up. Oh, you have to actually... Sorry, you have to disembark your armies if you want to split the fleet. So, split the fleet. Let's take the heaviest ships off of it. We'll just leave them go over there for now. And these armies can get back on. Alright, there we are. So, we're going to move these guys now up to... this port here, Album Iguanum, and get ready for that invasion. I might put on some pre-battle music, because lots moving around right now. So kind of build music, gearing up music. The only other thing, by the way, I did in between sessions was I essentially just finished all the buildings that we could everywhere. So I don't believe there's anything I can build anywhere. Oh, Carthage is a new building slot, actually. So let's have a look there. So 19 potential building slots. I'll probably just build... It's building an aqueduct right now. I'll probably just build another one. And this way our migration attraction will get really big and more people will keep flooding in here. So get more benefits that way. So let's do that. So once the ships kind of drop those guys off up here, then we're going to run back down, pick up Boods, pick up the other army here. And what we can do now is actually start paying the armies and start drilling them. So we'll just drill the ones that obviously aren't on the ships and moving right now. And we should be drilling these guys anyway a bit more often now, because we can afford it and we kind of want the military traditions, you know. So for those who don't know, based on your overall average experience, sorry, this one, average experience for all your cohorts, that's how you build up military experience per month. So right now, the experience of our cohorts is like nothing, right? It's pretty low. Maybe some have some experience, but generally they don't have any, so we're gaining almost nothing. But if we drill them and we keep that maintained high, obviously that means paying a lot more for your armies, we'll get more military experience, and then we can kind of progress down the chains a bit more, which I would like to do. Alright, we're lacking a commander here on this on the boats, that's fine, don't worry about that. The granaries have been raided, so we keep getting this. This happens quite a lot. We could let Matan cover the costs. Now, he will go down to 39 loyalty. Now, this is our governor that's in Italy right now. He's a very good governor. He's level 12. He's converting the crap out of people. Really spreading our culture. So I would rather we didn't make him lose more loyalty, seeing as it's going down right now. He's only going to become more and more powerful. Although, we would be taking away his money. So he'd lose some power that way. Now, we could just pay for it. We don't really have the money to do that. We could lose the manpower and the political influence. And Tuskia's loyalty will actually increase. Tuskia's loyalty is going to increase from the first three options. Okay, I guess we'll do that one. It's a bit of a shame. Yeah, I just don't want to piss this guy off any more than we need to. We could also give him a regional cognomen, which is actually pretty nice. So our current popularity is 93 for our ruler right now. No, it's not. What? Oh, his popularity is 93. Holy crap. Sorry, I read that wrong. We'd lose 10 popularity and we have 77. Yeah, I'm okay with doing that. I don't mind doing that. So he's going to become the Italiot. I actually think that's a great name for him. Okay, we'll do that. We can give him another holding, which will gain some loyalty. Now, he might gain his own holding, so we should just give it to him. 6 holdings for the lad is quite the achievement. Let's give him a holding in Carthage. Yeah, sure, why not? He deserves it. We're going to see this guy a lot, because he's only 34, and with 12 finesse, he's just always going to be around. He's going to be a very powerful guy, I have no doubt. I hope he doesn't cause me real big trouble in future. Especially when he's got armies assigned to him and all that, so he's definitely going to be a character we've got to keep an eye on. Alright, let's keep letting time play. The boats are almost up there. And the armies are gaining their morale and they're drilling. It's a beautiful thing. So let's see, can we import some food? So yeah, we can get 2 lots of fish, so let's do that. So that's going to put up our food to plus 14. So we can now have a few armies stand up here, hopefully, as we go through the storm. Alright, so we've now 58,000 up here. We're losing 8 food per month, so we got to be kind of quick to go south and pick up the rest of the boys. How's that experience come up? We've got 0.01 more than we had before. Nice. Oh, so the war with Egypt is over now. Holy crap, they have been carved up, but they are still... I guess you know what, the mission chain is still intact. The lore is still intact because they do own basically a route this way. Basically a route out. Because they have all this territory here. So I'll give it to the game for now. We'll let it slide. They still have the route to the Indus. Alright, cool. Unused trade route in our capital. We've got, and look at that, man. A bonus with everything. A boni, as we heard in the last episode. So what else would we like to get? Not too sure. You know what? I'd like to get some trade routes elsewhere as well. Because we're leaving money sitting on the table. Trade routes. So everything green right now has an available trade route, which we could be importing something. And while our aggressive expansion is kind of low, the opinion with others is going to be kind of good. So we should just get something in. It doesn't really matter what. If we can get it from abroad, that'd be even better. Because that makes us money. The war drums are pounding. We don't want to be trading it from ourselves. We want to get it from someone else. Dies? No. I think that might be it then. Everything else seems to be coming from me. Oh, more wood from Musalamia. Alright, so that's just a little bit of extra money coming in. Man, the music gets you pumped. We also want to invest into our fleet and get that to be a little bit thicker as well in good time. So yeah, so we've built everything everywhere we can. The only thing I want to use money now for, generally speaking, is for technologies at this point. Alright, we're here. Let's pick up Boods. So how's the candidacy going? He's gaining a little bit of support. Although Matin Blossii, the Italiate, this guy out here, he might be the next... Sorry, wrong button. He might be actually the next ruler. And I'd actually probably prefer that, to be honest. And if Boods could be co-ruler, I'd be happy with that. So maybe we'll try to get him instead, because civic faction in power is way more valuable than the military power, unless we're in a really big war. But I think this war is going to be relatively straightforward. All right, let's get on the boats. Let's head over to Livy and pick up those guys. So this is going to be Bihanad's first, the Magna Graecia, uncle of the Safet of Carthage. I hope they're still drilling on those boats. Alright, I'll head up to Volki, and then we'll head over here, pick those guys up as well. New Omen, let's do the Blessing of Tanit, giving us a 6.22% discipline bonus for our upcoming war. If you remember as well, we should have another claim fabrication going on Vocontia right now, which is nice. Crete is at 51.64% as well, so halfway done claiming Crete. We could do both wars at the same time, I have no doubt about it. Just, I'm focusing all up here at first, and then we'll build more on the fleet. Crete's fleet, how big is it? 17 ships. Yeah, it's not too bad. Let's trade with Rome. Let's trade livestock. We have a disloyal character, not a big deal. Bad research ratio, not a big deal. Can we import anything here? Not that we need to, we'll just throw in, oh, nice, some livestock from Egypt again. A little bit of extra cashola. Up to 62 now, and that's while paying the armies. Not paying the fleet, though, so gotta bear that in mind. Alright, let's go pick these guys up. Every time I go into port, they unload all their troops, so... I could just hover out of it and move on to it. It's just quicker this way, so... We'll go in and actually pick them up. 69,000. I love to see it. Boods on this one as well. So these are really good commanders actually. So we've got a level 10, a level 6, so he's not too good, level 6, and then another level 11. So 2 good commanders, 2 not so good, which is actually pretty perfect. So we'll head here, and we'll get ready to unload. And these guys can now basically get ready to cross the Alps. Alright, cool. The war is about to happen. Don't think I've left anything unchecked. Keeping an eye on that. I mean, this guy is obviously quite powerful. We could smear his reputation, but it's not time to do it just yet. So the election is this year. It's in 9 months, so I'll really try hard not to miss that. And we just buffed the popularity of this guy. And he's quite loyal. He's actually looking to assassinate the daughter... Are you kidding me? This is Boods Badona's daughter? No. Hang on a sec. Let me just check that again. So this is Itab Badona. She is the daughter of the general of Bud's third Carthago. Daughter of the general of Bud's third Carthago, and niece of the governor of Mauritania. Oh yeah, it is her. Sorry, I looked at spouse by mistake. Sorry, my bad. That's Bud's daughter. You ain't assassinating shit. Assist by increase it by 10%. It has a 14% chance of actually happening, so maybe we'll just leave it. Wonder why he's doing that. I guess they're just rivals. Alright, anyway, getting sidetracked. Alright, the fleet's heading out with its last amount of troops. Actually, you know what? We want to pay the fleets now. Because they could have some fleets themselves. Oh shit, they just grew in territory. They must have just ended their... Oh, fuck me. I was a bit slow. They're after allying now with Arvernia, Carthage, and Venelia. Oh no, that does change things. Shit. Might have to do separate wars now. Yeah, we might have to do separate wars if we want to take these guys out. See, these guys were in a war with the guys to the north. They must have just ended that, so they've reshifted what's just happened in terms of their allies. Bit of a shame. I could have just started the war a few minutes ago and it would have been fine. So my bad on that one, guys. Is Carthage still coming in though? Yeah, so now we just have the added problem of Arvernia and Venelia. So what the hell? Where's Venelia? Oh. Well, they're not going to make it down, I don't think. I'd be surprised if they could get all the military access they need to get down here. So I'm sure it's going to be fine. It just means it looks like it might be two separate wars instead of just one. Okay. So let's see if we can get the battle music going now as well, because we're about to just start this war, so bear with me. I don't know if people care about the music as much as I do, but for me it sets the tone massively. Like I barely even play the game without my music playlist anymore, to be honest. Alright, so the army's there and we're ready to go. And the navy, I should say, as well. Alright, so let's begin. We'll declare a war on Vocontia as they're the ones we want to take. None of our allies want to join us for some reason, but that's okay, I don't really mind. Although now we can call them in. Tarentum, sure. Who else? Thuria, absolutely. And that's it, Egypt aren't going to be joining us. Alright, so let's get this guy who's actually a level 10, let's get him there. Let's get Boods onto the city, because he has the most enslavement efficiency. And then we're auto-capturing all this. So if we look at the forts map mode, there's a fort there, 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 and there. And that's it. Because luckily this fort is actually owned by Alabrigia for some reason. Is that just, they only have one city, do they? Yeah, that's just them. Alright, here we go. Let's head straight into these forts up here. We're victorious. Oh shit, I didn't even... We killed 0 out of 0 troops, so I'm not too sure what just happened. But okay. So there's troops here that we're going to run on top of and catch. Ahram Barca. By the way, I think we've got one of the... This music is really loud. I think we have... I meant to mention that one of our generals is like an absolute beast. Oh yeah, the cavalry. So this is the guy that was daring. He's the guy that went down the southwest coast. Captains the world over are said to scan the horizon for any sight of Bomilcal. The sea is scattered with debris from his naval victories. Yeah, so he went southwest along the African coast and came back with 2,000 gold for us and camels at the port of Rudibus. So he's really good. So send him up this way as well. Don't want to run too far ahead of ourselves now. Let's not get crazy. I might just use that cavalry actually really quickly to take that territory because we're going to need it. Right, and everything else is good. So let's begin the siege. So we want Boods on the siege probably because it'll be the most effective. We'll start running down to Massalia and running down to the port settlements and the capitals. The invasion is in full swing. Our fleet is built up its strength as well. I don't see their fleets at the moment. We can now get some inventions. We want to do this before we actually gain these territories as best we can. So army maintenance cost reduction. That seems pretty good. Anything that lowers our costs would be nice. Because then our next technology will go quicker, basically. By the time we build up the money. Untiring devotion, Metella Barca is cultivating quite the reputation. as a man of decency and honor. Such virtues give our citizens good reason to feel safe, secure, and stable. Stability has been increased. Let's have a look at our boys. So he's at 32. That's pretty good. So let's try now to smear this guy's reputation. We'll give one endorsement to the civic faction, which we can just about handle now after we got that. And that should give the votes we need for Matan Blasii, the Italian, to take power. 35, that's the minimum age you can be to actually become the ruler. So this guy's quite the character. I mean, taking power at this age. And then once he does, I can actually interrupt his assassinate by switching his focus. You know, he won't be caring about it. Once he's the ruler, he's reached the pinnacle of power. He can maybe invest in something else like siphoning funds or something like that. All right, nice. So let's have a look. So this is everything we're at war with, by the way. And I'm thinking of just right now engaging in a war here before they gain more allies or something. But maybe we should wait. We'll probably just go immediately continue on as soon as we get all this. I don't really plan on getting Arvernia, but if we did roll up there, we could maybe look to get them as a tributary or something. Tributes are pretty good because they don't take up our diplomatic slots. And we might as well run up and just hit as much territories up this way with our cavalry, grab some pops and things like that. Kill pops, take pops, whatever we can do with them. Let's head up this navigable river and see what's going on up there with our fleet. I haven't seen any resistance yet. Okay, there we go, 14,000. Not too shabby. And because of the fort coverage, it means that we can just keep pressing along this coastline without really having to worry about anything. But I don't want to go straight too far away from that fort in case too many armies jump at me at once. So we're killing units up this way, which is nice with our cavalry. They're just running rings around them right now. So there's a lot of troops around us now. So let's see if we can just stop and jump on that territory right now. That's going to be forest territory, so we should have the terrain benefit here, big time. 14,000 crossing to fight us. There's pretty crap troops in all of these armies, to be honest. And they have 11 ships, and we're currently on to getting boarding tactics. So if we could take this territory, force those ships out, we should be able to grab them. Okay, this is what I feared, that they're going to jump on this territory. If they lock in, we'll march on this. An influential family. Itab of the renowned Hanid family has deigned to offer us the support of her family's vast network of contacts in a bid to better recognize our bureaucratic system. So, we've had this many times. Why not? We'll be unable to act against the Hanid family for 5 years, but we'll gain province loyalty everywhere. And change of governor policy costs reduced. That is tempting, actually. Let me check the Hanid family. Is there anything crazy going on in the Hanid family in terms of disloyalty or anything like that? I don't think so. No one's scorned or anything, so yeah. Why not? Why the hell not? 5 years. And then if our governor dies, I think we had a governor, a pretty old governor here. Hostus he's getting on a bit. Oh, he's nearly done. Feels bad, man. Let's just give him a cognomen. What a legend. He was a great leader, a great governor as well. He is, since, because of his inflammation, his arthritis, his cancer, he has become much worse, but he was a pretty good governor, and he had the Blasii reforms. I think his father did, didn't he? Wasn't his father the one that was killed? I don't know. It was someone in his family that was killed, and he kind of popped up in politics to do with the Blasii family. But he's been a governor of Magna Graecia for a very long time, so respect. We're victorious over here. We're just killing those tiny little units. We're just going to kind of take territory one by one up there then. Let's keep pushing forward with this army. 47,000 over there right now. The AI can't decide who they're going to go for, as they just get invaded and rings run around them. So, well, if you can't decide, let me decide for you. We can't go that way. We can go that way. Because of the fort, I guess, we have to go this weird way around. Don't know why we can't just cross the river. If we can... Yeah, I don't know. I guess the fort, yeah. It's a tiny little bit of territory that's just touching here. So, there's not much we could do about that. We could force march everyone and just roll around. But we've got the terrain advantage here. I guess we just wait. It's just I don't like the idea of consuming all our food. Now, this army can split and maybe... at least one of them could go for the fort here. 17,000. 18,000 really. Missouri. I'm just curious as to where that is. Missouri. we took a slave pop all the way back there. Holy crap. It's crazy the way it happens. So I don't know why it doesn't just find the closest port. That would kind of make the most sense. The closest town. But this is good. We're going to be taking pops. Let's actually have a count of how many pops we have right now. 5, 6, 4, 3. It's going to be hard to remember that. But 5, 6, 4, 3 pops is what we have. We'll check it at the end if I remember. Just realized I actually can't see the time of the episode. Now I can. Okay. This one might drag on multiple episodes. I don't want to rush anything. But we don't have any barbarian power or anything like that. Things are looking good. We're gaining manpower right now. We're gaining money. I mean, good situation to be in this war. And aggressive expansion is obviously falling right now. We have the Crete claim almost 95%, and the same for Vocontia as rest of their territory. 38,000 now mustering here. I'm just trying to keep an eye on this. It's shifting around so much. I'm going to wait till these guys are locked, and then we're going to move both these armies in there. Okay. So let's force march this army. Let's force march this army. So we have Blasiai's 4th Baetica, 39 years old, 6 marshal, and then this guy, 42 years old, 5 marshal. Not the best commanders up this way. Fighting at level 9, so it's level 7 versus level 9. We'll see how that goes. But we do have the numbers. But they have the terrain. The fort. Senatorial resistance. Oh, am I an idiot? No, I'm not. Oh, I am. Our guy came second. Damn. I thought for sure he just would have had it with that extra support we gave. Honestly, I couldn't really have afforded anymore anyway. So that's just the way it had to go, I guess. So Populus is in power. It's a bit of a shame. So our guy, Matan Blasia the Italiot, is going to be the co-ruler. There's some resistance to Gisco. He's proven to be a contentious candidate. Previously an outspoken critic of the government, he was spoken of with contempt during meetings of the Senate. All were surprised, therefore, when he was elected to rule Carthage, casting aside any notions of propriety and class. So, people would be less likely to support us, or we could lose stability and gain tyranny. No, we'll do that one. Less likely, that's fine. That's a shame, though. I kind of messed up, I guess. I mean, I bet the votes must have been really close. He probably only had, like, 1 more in it, I would say. Or maybe, like, 2. Because we endorsed this faction, we smeared his reputation. Now, I could have done it again, but I just didn't want to take the stability hit again and more tyranny. But it was a frugal effort on my part because it just didn't pay off. We didn't get him in. Oh well, at least we get his finesse. You know, he's still second in command, so that finesse still reduces our build cost by -24 and our commerce income by 24%. So it's pretty good. Got our fabrication. So here's the battle up here. We've also got a battle here. I wasn't quick enough to spot that one, so we're gonna try and run up on that. It might be too late though. Maybe not. If he could just hold out. Boods is in there. If he could just hold out, which I think he can, based on what I'm looking at here. I think he can. And he has the terrain penalty and the river crossing penalty. But if he can hold out for the other armies to catch up, then we'll be fine. And it's the same situation here. So this one I'm more concerned about. They're going to arrive on the 17th of October. Yeah, just I don't think he can hold out actually then. Damn, Boots is going to lose that first battle. Okay, we'll pull him back. The other guys are still going to jump on that fight. That's a shame. Alright, well, we're on the second fight is on. Now, they still have the terrain penalty. We still have the terrain penalty and stuff, but we've got a commander benefit in now. And their morale is still really low. How did their morale is actually still low, even though they had a day break? That's interesting. I thought it immediately just comes back up after the battle. Alright, we won that one up here, though, so that's good. So we'll step off that with the troops that we don't mind taking off it. We'll stay on it with that. Alright, cool. Alright, not a big deal. Should win both fights either way. Yeah, and other armies that are filtering, we're kind of killing them. Alright, what's the casualty list right now? So we dealt 38,000 casualties, they dealt 25,000. So still quite a lot of people we lost, but overall we came out on top. So anyone that's force marching, we just head back to that tile now for now. We'll keep the siege going with this army. take them off force march. Alright, cool. This guy's actually heading east, so maybe we'll chase him back. Ah. We have 15,000 recuperating here. We're going to force march our cavalry and rush up on them. Aharon. He's daring after all. He's going to take on way more than his numbers allow. But with their low morale, he should be able to knock him down. Okay, they killed just as much as me, but at least we kind of got him out of this area. I'm going to jump on this one as well. I guess that's the reason you do want to get all territories, so they stop retreating into these areas. It's going to be a bit of a problem. Trade from the east. From the other side of the world, our envoys brought back 2 elephants from the Indus Valley. The calves are now a year old and growing nicely. We discovered early on, however, that there was some friction between our native elephants and the new Indian ones. We have therefore decided to move them to their own enclave. After much prospecting, we have found a plot of land with fertile grazing opportunities in the hills near Carthage itself, where we expect the herd to thrive in the coming years. Right now we have elephants being produced in this province itself. Right here. So with enough slaves here, we could get the elephant discipline 10% bonus. So that'd be pretty nice. Yeah, we'll move slaves there a little bit later. We don't need to do it now. I don't think I really have any elephants in my armies. Alright, so that's all going nice. This guy's healing up. This guy's locked into here, so let's try to jump on him. Alright, the cavalry's won their fight against both of these guys. And we're just going to slam on as much territories as we can here to prevent them rushing in this way. The fort is still being captured. Damn, they're only retreating to like here and then they just come back. Oh, this is a town. Nice. Okay, cool. It's hard to actually see. February, fighting around the Alps. Okay, we won that fight down here pretty easily. Let's push forward. I want to knock that fleet out of the area. We do have some elephants, actually. Boods is kind of recovering now. He can move up to Massalia. Alright, cool. This is going pretty well, I think. The cavalry army is doing great. As long as they just keep fighting, you know, armies that don't have their morale back, they're going to win. They're going to keep winning. I wonder could I get military access with Alabrigia? Get an alliance with them, actually, so... maybe I could give them a gift. That might be enough for them to let us pass through in future, maybe? Lacking a researcher, oratory. Level 10, Hanno Gizgo. He's not actually part of the family, though. Okay. We'll pop him in, though. He's got really good good statesmanship. He might be better suited to something else. Mercantile support, maybe. Let's get Himilco Barca in, then. Yeah, that's a bit better. This guy, I can't believe him. He's almost 100%. So he's getting 12 out of his 13 charisma being used for the aggressive expansion decay right now. Pretty good stuff. And the city burns. One pop has died. I wonder where they're retreating to because they're heading south. Alright, let's assess the situation. So this siege is on 0, this one's on 7%. So those 2 sieges are almost done, and then we move on to the next 2 forts, and then there's not much left for Vocontia beyond that, actually. And then we might be done. Then we'll look to go to war straight away with Sorbonia and Indicentia and take maybe half the armies and send them out to Crete, seeing as we have our claim over there. So that's kind of the thing I'm planning on doing now. Yeah, it seems like the right thing to do. Metella Barca has passed away. It's a tribune of the people. So the Barca family are scorned. Let's just get Abdanabal Barca in then. Hostus Blossius. R.I.P. 78, Governor of Magna Graecia. So we have a new governor needed down here now. And let's take a look at the culture map. So how's the... Oh, look at that. Oh, yeah. That's purple right there. Got a little bit of purple popping up now in Italy, which is nice to see as well. Canaanite culture is taking hold nicely. That Roman blob stands as a deterrent to our culture spreading out that way. Tiny bit of wrong religion here. But anyway, so... yeah. Gemmelkart Bedona, now he's actually Canaanite and Punic, so people will be a bit happier under his rule, seeing as their majority now, Canaanite and Punic. So let's throw him in. He's a good guy to have. Now we could change his policies for cheaper, actually. I would imagine acquisition of wealth is probably just what we want in these places. So this is making tax income and commerce income is actually pretty much the same. So there's no reason to invest in one over the other, I would say. So acquisition of wealth. We'll be paying his governor wage a bit more, but I think it'd be worth it. Encouraging trade here. Yeah, trade's... well, yeah, I don't know. That's fine. This one I'll do acquisition of wealth as well. That's fine the way it is. That's fine the way it is. We don't want to spend too much tyranny. Alright, cool. So, can we walk through? I'd really appreciate it if we could. Why can't I deselect? No, not yet. No, they don't seem to want to do it. That's a bit of an annoyance. Could just declare war. Could improve their opinion and see if they'll ever let us through. It's kind of a waste of 7 influence. It's not that much influence, but it is kind of a waste. Seeing as if we do get this fort, we could just go around that way. So let's just walk around this way for now. We're going to send the cavalry back to our own territory just to regain some manpower. It's lacking 6,000 cavalry in it. Shame of a governor. Uh-oh. In the midst of a fallow season, Matan Blasia the Italiate, one of our most esteemed governors, held a vast and lavish party in his summer palace at Nequinum. His most loyal subordinates were shocked by the display of contempt for the plight of the common man and have written directly to us, demanding that some manner of justice is served. So demand payment, he'll lose loyalty. Say demand his resignation, and the whole Nequinum gets residents rejoicing. He'll lose a lot of loyalty. Or say the commoners are not our problem. The commoners are not our problem, unfortunately. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that one. It's gonna lower our own popularity. Popularity. But it will gain loyalty for Blasii. So we'll do that. We want to keep him in as governorship of Italy because he's just such a powerful governor that he is going to be speeding up the conversions here like crazy. 8% assimilation speed. So like every 10 months, basically every year, a pop becomes our culture. So it's just too valuable not to have. Oh, I didn't even realize, but we did knock out their fleet, and we must have had a fleet battle, so I didn't even see it, but it has occurred. So that's good. So we own the port, no big deal. And there's a lot of troops amassing towards us now, so I want to get over here, see if we can get towards our fort, actually. We kind of need to do that. Might have a battle here though, but they've actually got quite low morale, so it might be something that we could do. Yeah, there's actually a lot of troops amassing towards us right now. Okay. Well, we're on the way. Trying to get there as quick as we can. I don't want to force march. We need some of the morale back on a couple of these armies. Alright, we're stopping some of them getting in there. Oh, these are big battles now. 32. This one's not so big, and we're going to be joining up here in a second. We could also force march down this way if we wanted to, with both of these armies. So let's have a look. We've obviously got the troop benefits, the discipline benefits, but we are always combating this river crossing and terrain penalty at this particular fort, because we did approach it from a pretty bad direction. We do have Bedona Boods' extra commands skill, that's the word. A lot of casualties on both sides actually though. But it looks like we have it, and then with the other armies coming in we should have it no problem. Take less casualties hopefully. Alright, good stuff. Let's stay here then with this army. Alright, looking good, looking good. Not a big deal. Comet sighted! A terrifying thunderclap over the skies of Carthage last night heralded a terrifying, awe-inspiring sight. The very fabric of creation seemed rent asunder by flame and smoke, as if Balhamun himself as if by Balhamun himself. People cowered in their homes, seeking to avoid the certainty of the imminent wrath of the divine. Almost as soon as the manifestation had appeared, however, it crept away over the horizon, seeming to settle in the territory of our neighbor, Lingonia. Lingonia? That's pretty far away, isn't it? There's 2 Lingonias. Probably this one, if it's going to be our neighbor. In haste, the resident expert in matters of faith was summoned to explain this mystery. According to Urmilki, this event can only have been a message sent by Balhamun, intended to legitimize our position as the chosen people. Urmilki insists that Balhamun must have made a minor miscalculation when he sent his message into the lands of our Ligoni neighbors, that we must do all in our power to possess the city of Tridentium, where the divine communique must have landed. Stability increased. Okay, so we could head into Lingonia at the city of something beginning with T. This one? Tridentium, was that it? I think it was. I could be wrong. That's pretty far back, actually, if it is. Yeah, I guess so. Yep. I don't know. We'll think about that. We actually got that event in our Bossering Kingdom Let's Play, but I don't remember. I actually genuinely do not remember the... I don't want to know, so don't write it in the comments. But you get something for if you do go in there and get it. I think. Maybe you don't always get the same thing. You might get a negative for all I know, but we did get something last time. Alright, we almost have that fort. We're losing some territories down here, but it's not really a big deal. The Conqueror! No longer will Boods Badonna the Helen be known as a man of inaction. All peoples, friend or foe, shall laud the name of Boods the Conqueror. I wish that would become his name, will it? No, it'd be cool if it did. So, what is that going to give him? Assault ability 10%, subject opinion of us 5, and prominence. So it's not really actually that big of a deal. I was hoping for more martial, but he's already level 11. Oh, well, good on him. It was a good battle for him, yeah. So 38,000 sent packing, so to speak. Still can't move yet until we finish off both of these forts, actually. Let's keep it like this so we know what's going on, what we're dealing with. So let's pull out with some of the armies here. We'll leave Boods. Alright, let's pull back out to that territory. The cavalry's gaining its stuff back. The siege is won. Now which way do we want to go? Probably here. Still can't... oh, you can move that way now if we just march around. Nice. Alright, excellent. This is going well. So what's the casualty list at now? So they've lost 69,000. Let's just say 70,000 for now. And we've lost 46,000. So not as good as I'd actually hope, but pretty good. I mean, we're still making money. Manpower is pretty good. It's not too bad at all. So how's the situation with Musulamia? 17.5 out of 236. So yeah, that's going to take a long-ass time to get. Oh, by the way, I forgot. We can actually finish the mission chain. So we finished trade from the east, and now we have Metropolis of the West. Oh, I must have read it wrong. Or looked it up wrong. Has greater or equal to 10 incoming trade routes. I thought we needed 10 trade investments, which I thought was insanely powerful. Like, we already had 3, but that would have been 7 more. Oh, that's way easier. Yeah, that's better. See, what we could do is go Ancient Nemesis, right? And take some towns in Greece. Now, we already have the claim on Crete. I'm going to still do it. Absolutely. Don't get me wrong. But Metropolis of the West seems way better because we actually get permanent rewards of our nation and in Carthage, the city. So yeah, so this one, you know, is just going to give us basically the regions of Greece and Asia gains 25 opinion on us for everyone Greek within them, which is nice, but not that nice, really. I mean, because we plan on taking them out eventually. So it's not a big deal. So we'll definitely go with Metropolis of the West. Let's have a read of this one. So there's the city of Carthage. Looking fine. So, Metropolis of the West. Carthage, the radiant city of 1,000 colors, the greatest city in Africa, the metropolis of commerce, now has the largest cothon in the Mediterranean. The amount of goods which daily pass through the merchant port is staggering. The resources brought back from all over the known world make Carthage the wealthiest city in the western Mediterranean. You're goddamn right. Look at this. The flow of goods into the Carthaginian cothon is massive. I'd love to see it. So, doing this will give us flourishing trade forever until end of game, export value 10%, import value 10%. We also gain Metropolis of the West, giving us 2 more building slots, primary culture happiness 15%, and monthly civilization change 0.05%. Boom. Metropolis of the West. Due to our strenuous efforts to expand our trade network and the subsequent influx of goods into our harbors, the city is flourishing. From sunrise until well after sundown, the Kothan is a bustling hub of activity as citizens, merchants, sailors, and other less savory occupants of the docks ply their trade. Further afield, the goods are brought to market, and market squares are brimming with commoners and wealthy alike. From all over the known world, Carthage is quickly becoming known as the metropolis of the West, the city of wonders, truly a city of wonders. It's a bit sad for me that this guy is the one that's, you know, taking all the credit. I like to think our boy Blasiai is the one ushering these things in. Of course, the people who set up before him kind of planned this all out, but you know what I mean. The next candidate in charge is actually going to be Ermilki Barca. Interesting. I'm surprised he's edging out Boods Bedona by 7 votes. It's interesting. Why would that be? Popularity 30%, popularity 45%. Prominence is both. This guy's prominence is actually lower, so what's the deal? What is the deal? Family prestige, maybe? Maybe the prestige, 1469. And what is Boods? 1943. That makes absolutely no sense to me then. Why he would be getting the vote over Boods. But okay. Absolutely no sense. Let me just look at that one more time. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why that would be the case. He's even got a little bit of bad health. Oh, but Boods has way more bad health, actually. That could be why. That could be why. They consider health when electing, which is actually kind of nice. That could be why. Maybe. His health is still not that bad, though. It's not like he's on death's door. Alright, anyway. Let's keep it going. Alright, looking pretty good. That's... Fort is almost done. Once that fort is done, like I said, 2 more forts to go. I know I've been taking it slow, but just trying to be careful. No big setbacks. We could probably actually start heading to that next fort now, considering. There we go. That's what I was looking to see, where those armies were. 24 Thaui right there. Alright, let's bring the cavalry out this way as well. Yeah, so let's run up to that fort. Now, I only want 1 town off of these guys. The annoying thing is, it's like, I just want that. I want that, and then it'd be great if I could also make them, like, a client. But I don't think I can do both. I don't think so. Like, if I was to talk to Carthage and say, like, give me that. Well, we can't do it right now anyway for a couple of years. But if I said, give me that, and then become my subject, I don't think you can. Which is so frustrating. I wish you could. I don't know if I'm missing something. Like, is there another way around that? Not sure. Like, I'm trying to think if we were to ask someone else to give me that territory, like the war leader. Man. Yeah, it doesn't really work. Maybe. We'll have a look when we get to that stage. Come on, finish this fort. Alright, let's jump on these guys. There's 27,000 of them just sitting there. The siege of Santinium is won. Sanitium. So we're going to take those 2. Let's go straight then for this next fort. Boods is just on the march. Actually, you know what? Let's send him back and let him heal up a bit. The others are coming through now anyway. Oh wow, they managed to avoid my fight there. 51,000. God, it's such a tempting number to go for. Alright, let's just chill where we are now while we wait for some of the other armies to come up, like the cavalry. Hang on, we got a bit of a problem. Let's turn Boods around real quick. Jump up there, grab that. There we go. Excellent. How much popularity has he actually gotten himself? Yeah, not as much as I thought. So military faction is up next, and mercantile, so it's kind of nice. Military is always good, but I don't think we need them unless we're fighting Rome. Someone that's actually really difficult. So these guys have low tech and stuff. They're not really a big deal. So we don't really need to get that extra morale. Wow, we have 196 cohorts. That's pretty cool. Alright, am I neglecting anything else? Let's have a look around. So, city buildings. Let's just see. Carthage now has 3 extra building slots. So let's build some stuff here. Up to 125 pops now. So, another aqueduct, another library, another academy. So we're just going to be increasing that citizen rate here all the time. And that migration rate as well, basically. We have a lot of money now, which is really nice to see. I don't think there's really much we can do with it, though, other than just build ships and stuff. Right, so let's send boots down this way. We want to fight these armies off. There's 41,000 there, and they're quite strong. What is this? White peace imminent. So what is our war goal? It is to take Alps Maritime. Did I spell that wrong? Oh, okay, right. So it's to take that entire province. Okay, right. I see. We'll actually have to do that kind of quickly then. Interestingly, they're actually backing away from here. Okay, so let's get Boods to rush up there, and we'll bring the cavalry in as well. Straight in. And that's Massalia, is it? Yeah. No problem for Boods. What a commander. $15,000 stacked behind us. Let's run up towards to get them. Oh shit. Balls. I'm after messing up. This army's gonna get caught. My cavalry's gonna get caught by 32k. Oh no, it's okay now. Alright, 20,000 versus 32,000. It's kind of a rough one. We've actually got some cavalry now with us, so I might go with, oh, we already have bottleneck on. I'm gonna try... I love this as an effectiveness for supply train. I mean, what does that even mean? Yeah, I'm happy enough with this. I mean, I want the heavy infantry to do the work. Although with a lot of cavalry, it kind of makes sense to use deception. Okay, we'll try deception. Let's just see how that goes. So they were using deception as well, so that kind of cancels each other out, but we still get the benefit of it, so let's see how our cavalry performs. Taking a lot of casualties, but if we just roll well, things will be okay. A gift to Tyrus. For eons, we have sent donations of the great temple of Melkart in Tyrus as an honor to our ancestors and the god. Our augur, Balhano Hanid, claims some of our recent issues might stem from our lack of faith. He has raised an issue that will surely not be forgotten by the rest of our court anytime soon. As a tradition, maybe it's time to send another gift to Tyrus. You're having a laugh if you think I'm going to give 1,400 for just like omen power and some loyalty. So no. I know it scales with the size of your empire, but it's ridiculous. Looks like we're going to lose this fight. Just barely. Damn, it was a close one. We didn't roll very well. You know, they've been rolling like a 6. We rolled a 1. So let's just fall back for now. Not a big deal, but not ideal either. All that matters is the forts, I guess. But I don't like them slowing me down and taking this area, because then they can actually piece us out. Destruction of Urki. Uh-oh. I mean, it looks fine to me. The earth itself has opened up to swallow Urki, leaving destruction and casualties behind. The quakes have reached far and wide, sowing chaos in its wake. Our people look to us for leadership in this tragedy and demand action to resolve the crisis. If we do not show a stable rule in these troubled times, we are certain to have a lot of angry peasants in our lands, for who else will save them unless we do? We have to help them. That's 1,400. Our guy will gain 10 popularity. 40% of the population are going to be killed by the earthquake. For 10 years, they're going to get destroyed by earthquake. I mean, that's happening no matter what. So it's like, do you want to lose 5 stability, or do you want to lose 1,400 gold? Stability, I guess. I mean, I don't even have much use for the gold. Oh, technologies. That's what we need to be doing. How did I forget that? Alright. Aggressive expansion impact. Yes. Damn, man. This war is taking longer than I thought. Are they throwing mercenaries at me or something? Because... not really. It's just the forts. I mean, I'm just waiting on taking forts. I could assault them, I guess, when we see breaches, if I really want to be brash. And I guess we have the manpower to do it. We're actually slightly trapped here. They're taking all their territory back now. But it's not a big deal. Like I said, as long as they don't take any forts back, it's all good. And I don't think they will. We have plenty of numbers up here. So I wish the AI in this game was like a bit more aggressive. It'd be great if Rome were really like challenging me now for a war. If Macedon were thinking about it as well. Maybe some Iberians were constantly harassing me, you know. Then I'd be really stretched to my limit in terms of manpower and money. You just need way more aggressive AI. I feel like in Paradox games where you can just click to improve opinion with a button, it's so easy to just never be attacked. Alright, good job. We defended the fort. About to defend it again. The Siege of Vasa is one here, so let's press on. In fact, everyone here can go force march. Alright, we want to split up and take out all these armies. So one of them's going to go this way. One's going to go this way. Another's going to go this way. Should be winning these battles everywhere now, basically, as we cut them all down. Okay, man, there's just battles absolutely everywhere. Minor addendum, this guy wants to change a law. We can pay influence to get some stability. Yep, let's do that. God. And this is why when people say like, oh, I wish you could play the battles in this game, I'm like, dude, there's way too many battles. Like, you would just be skipping these. Like, who would play all this? It's just ridiculous. It'd be great for like the really big major pitched battles, but the way Paradox games work is like it's grand strategy. You're like having all battles all over the place all at the same time. You need a completely different like game. Sue for peace? No. Liberate Ilvati, Etruria, Rutenia? No, no, no. They were going to become a vassal as well. It's kind of nice, but no. It's a good offer. I'll give it to them for that, but no. Alright, 2 pops there. Oh yeah, they can't peace me while we have some of the war goal, actually, I think. It becomes stalemate. Alright, let's head back now then. And we'll send this army off to chase wherever this one's going. We want to start stack wiping them now because it's getting a bit ridiculous. Now that the forts are down, there's no reason we shouldn't. Let's get that cavalry running rings around these guys. They're trying to get behind my lines. Don't want them doing that. Enemy captured. Alright. Alright, the sieges are all won. So we've won everything against Carthage. And all I want from Carthage is 1 territory. But I guess maybe we should get this as well. I don't know. We'll see what the aggressive expansion cost is. It's not my culture. It's not my religion. I don't want it. Is there any like specific trade good that I would really want here? Leather, wine, base metals, vegetables, precious metals. I mean, precious metals is kind of rare. Although we'll basically get it when we're in Italy. And we have it in here. Yeah, we don't need it. Cavalry is wiping their other armies, which is great to see. Boots is going to head back out now. Alright, now it's all just about taking these remaining territories here. Oh wow, they're actually sieging the fort down. I didn't realize that. Let's we'll have to jump on them in a sec. Because there's no garrison there, they could actually take it really easily. I probably shouldn't have even been paying the forts this whole episode because they never invaded me. Another technology, fighting season, supply. Yeah, we could get supply. Capital import routes, another one. Aggressive expansion impact again, yes. Before we end this war, that'd be perfect. Whoa. Alright. It's pretty straightforward. Looking good now. Should have that province now, basically. Boods is on his way back. Cavalry's going to march up there and take anything else that we don't have yet. God. So what are they down to now? So they lost 130k, we've lost 84k, so now we're really racking up the casualties. They've lost 50,000 more than we have. And they're just losing battles all over the place now at this point. We should be able to peace out pretty soon. I just want to get everything we can, and then we can just force them out, basically. It's just crazy. I can't even, like, pay attention to how much is going on with that. Do we have all the capitals and all the forts now? Yeah, I think we do. So now we can just end it, right? Yeah, we don't need any more. I'm happy to get some pops from back here, though. Is there any cities left? No. And there was Arvernia. Forgot about that. I mean, yeah, if we progress up there and take them out, we can make them a tribute. I would like to do that. It seems a bit silly just to end the war when we could just get a tribute. That would just pay us more gold, you know? So let's just see. First of all, we have Carthage. So we could take all that, or we could just take this. That's really all I want. I mean, that's just me being honest. I don't want anything else out of them. So let's just wrap them up. And like I said, can I then make them a subject? No. Release the nation, liberate them. It's kind of cool to break them up or something. But I don't know who these people are. They'd be all over the place, wouldn't they? I don't know. Let's just cancel that for a sec. So let's go in here. Sue for peace. Carthage. And give me that. That's all I want. So they're out. We're still at war with Vocontia, Arvernia, and Venelia. So yeah, I think I will keep the war going to progress up to Arvernia to make them... Because what could we do? We could go... Become subject tributary, and they'll give us... Vocontia would pay 2.5 each month, so that's a really good amount. What would those get? We don't know what Arvernia would give us until we go up there, I think, and take them out. So that's what we're going to have to do. So I might have to leave it there, guys, because this episode is just going to go on and on. But yeah, we're just going to continue the war, basically push up, take out Arvernia. I know it might seem a bit pointless only taking this from Carthage, but I don't want any other territory from them. I only want coastline. And that's just the goal. I mean, in future, we could always push further in and do something else with them, but I really just have no intentions of pushing in. Because it's not my culture, it's not the coast I want, I just want the coast. So next will be like, you know, Rome here and all this coastline down here. There's so much we need to do as well with less than 200 years to go. It's just a waste of aggressive expansion, taking stuff that we don't need and isn't going to benefit us, and it's just going to take us time to convert. But all of this, obviously, is what we're going to grab. We're also just going to go straight into war with these guys and pursue them. We're going to go to war with Crete. Might start building a couple extra new armies as well and assigning new generals and head out that way, because we could just do that simultaneously, to be honest. There's no point really waiting any longer. Like, we're only lacking 20,000 manpower, so we still have 110,000 manpower to be building from and spending and sending out and doing different things. We have our fleet not doing anything, and I've been paying for it the whole time, which is a bit of a waste. I thought maybe these guys would send their fleets out, but not really. So that's kind of the plan. So just continue with this war, keep the pressure up. Looks like the mercantiles are coming up next, which is nice. They have a nice benefit to commerce. We also have to decide on... Oh yeah, we need to finish that mission chain and decide where we're going to go next. Ooh, the Matter of Italia. Interesting. Or we go with the Iberian Struggle. I'll have to decide on that, on those between those two. I think the Matter of Italia might be a little more interesting, although I am going to go for these two first. Now, the Matter of Iberia, I think, will give us stuff all to do with here. I like the idea of the Matter of Italia. The time, I think, has come. The war against Sparta for Rome doesn't look to be going too well for them. Herrea and Sparta seem to occupy pretty much all of Rome's holdings in Greece. And Rome are doing fine, it's just they might not be able to get over there or something properly. Alright, so that's going to be it. There's not much else going on. It looks like Seleucids are being torn apart by Moria, as are Bactria. We'll have to see what comes of that. And Phrygia obviously won their war against Egypt, but apart from that, yep, not much else to really report on in the world. It's business as usual for Carthage, and as we open up our next mission chain to see what we can get. Alright, thank you guys very much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.